So, guys, as I was mentioning, I noticed that um, I spoke on the COPD condition and varying from one person to the next. Also, in its condition itself, being diagnosed with it, it varies from one. It varies, right? And I just wanted to continue to iterate that because being diagnosed with the condition is something serious, and I just want to put this at the forefront. That is something that you want to make note of, because triggers can be the difference maker in a situation like this, being diagnosed with the condition. Now, also, being born with the condition is also something that's quite serious. Let's say that you have been managing this condition from the time that you was born well off into your adulthood. This is also something you want to take serious, because you have been, having this condition from the start of birth all the way up into the current point. And again, triggers can be the difference maker. So there's no there's a common ground in the condition, but again, those are two different situations. Being born with the condition and then contracting it later in life is two different conditions, and I want to just make sure that I'm being very adamant about the two, right? Both are serious, but you want this is where the condition kind of separates, right? Because you have been born with the condition, and then you've contracted it later in life. And I just wanted to make sure that I reiterate that constantly, because your health is something that we do not take lightly, right? Now, also, management of the condition is a thing in itself, because this is where you all the condition also is it separates. So management of the condition for someone who was born with it is somewhat different, and management of the condition for someone who contracted it later in life is also something different. Now, as I mentioned, this is something that we take. Your health is something that we take serious. Now, if this is something that you want us to handle and see to it that you have the appropriate care, it's something that we take pride in. When I say take pride in, it's something that we are dedicated in doing, and seeing that you have the appropriate care that aligns with your condition. Providing you with options among other things that accommodates is something that we look forward to doing. Now, before we move forward, I want to share some things with you. If you could take a look at the screen for just a moment, I'd like to share some information with you. Now, guys, as I mentioned, if you could take a look at the screen for just a moment, I want to give you a physical idea of what it is that we're talking about right now. Now, if you look at the screen, it says you're looking at an email that was sent to me by, yeah, guys. And what the email is stating, as I mentioned, my team and I put together a um, event at no cost to those who attend, just to share some informative information when it comes to navigating your healthcare. Um, and the email states that it says, Mr. Lynch, thank you for your interest in having a program. Unfortunately, we have money smart programs booked and don't need insurance at this time. And now, what I want you to understand is that when it comes to certain situations, you when it comes to your health and your importance, not saying that you are not important, and I'm not saying this is what the email is stating. I'm saying that if you want to no one can take control of your health care and your health situations but you. So let's say you go through you let's say we're talking about COPD right now. And let's say that there's someone out there that has COPD. Let's say that you go through a stint in the hospital, right? Who is affected by that? The closest one, your loved ones, the closest ones to you. So you have to take control of, your health care and your health situations. So by turning a look at this, it's just an example of we weren't able to get booked and have this program at no cost to those that attend, but you have to take control. Look at what they're saying to me. They're saying, unfortunately, we have other programs that's booked. So, what a situation that falls upon you that's health related, to where you will, be off work, or you spend a stint in the hospital. That is something that's unfortunate to you and your family, and that is why I say that when you come to us and you're asking, us to be a part of the management process of certain conditions and certain, health related matters, that's something we don't take lightly. Now, with that being said, a lot of people kind of put things off with the understanding of certain things. Yeah, we've heard. If you haven't heard of COPD, you understand that by listening to this conversation, that you've seen certain um, similar things, whether it be from the inhaler, or you've maybe seen someone use a medical device, or you may know someone that doesn't operate in certain activities due to a certain condition, right? Now, what happens is a lot of times that and let me go back just a second. So you have an understanding, for those who don't know the proper wording for the condition. I'll be honest with you. I take a step back just from the conversation. I'm great at what I do, right? Some might think that that's intimidating to both what we know and the things that we think. I'm also a professional, to say the least. Now, with those two things and the understanding of you, that puts us in great shape of personal conditions, right? What I mean by that is combining both what you know and the things that you think, along with me being a professional, puts us in great shape, right, for personal conditions. Now, again, I'm just stating this because a lot of times, we've all done it. We put things off, and it's quite natural. But when you're talking about someone that's a professional, someone that's great at what they do, and you come to me and you ask me to do something specifically, I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna get it done for you. And there are going to be things that not only accommodate you, but there are things that are going to speak directly to the needs of your own. And that's something I want you to think about when you are, going over, or you're just, rethinking a situation. I want you to rethink it, go over the situation, and then I want you to pick up the phone, give me a call, and let's have a conversation. And guys, you want to do this because we understand appropriate care. We understand that together puts us in great shape for excuse me, together puts us in great shape of personal conditions with the understanding of both parties. And your health is something that we don't take lightly. I'm Agent Shaun Lynch. Thank you for your time, and I look forward to speaking with you.